President Humphrey, President-elect Tony, fellow members. We obviously run a very intricate spy network in the club. I've been given some fines I meant to begin with before we launch into the sergeant session. I'd like to turn the heat on to Deborah Lee Marlowe. We are aware, Deborah, that you have experience as a firefighter. We're aware that your husband was a professional firefighter. Can you explain your actions yesterday of almost starting a fire?
All I can say is the firelighter should never be left on top of the hot stove and go away for 2 or 3 hours. That's all I can say. And stove damage would be in the thousands.
Oh.
But no fire.
So that seems a bit harsh then to fine her.
No.
Francis? Okay. Despite your bill, we need a fine from you, please, Deborah. Right, I've been asked to also turn the heat on to Bev Ann Jennings, Karen Dukas, Kate Mitchell and Jennifer Little for insisting, to the point of irritating Francis, to get photos with the Prime Minister on Wednesday night. So would these 4 wannabes get up on their feet, please? And, right, so a relevant fine into the box would be great. Thank you. Like I said, it's a pretty good spy network. And finally, Reese Barlow for the theft, no other word for it, the theft of a coat and a phone belonging to a very senior and dear member of our club.
I'll take it.
It was Denzel, by the way. Right, thank you for that. So that's there, Francis's fines. Francis?
Thank you.
I thought today, as the theme was presidential handovers and the like, that we would talk about the role of presidents. And I thought we'd talk about a minuscule presidential role out there called the President of the United States of America, compared to the presidents in this room. So it's a bit of a quiz. I'd really like you to give generously. I've been looking at some of the sergeant numbers and they seem to have dropped off in the last year, so I was hoping for maybe a special effort today and in line with today's theme. So let's start by talking about presidents, and I guess what I'd like to do is find out how many presidents of the United States have been assassinated in office. And luckily for us, by the way, Hewitt's made the whole year without any attempts on his life. So how many? 3? 3? Okay, who agrees with 3? Right, lots of fines, guys. The answer's 4. So there's Lincoln, a not very well-known Garfield, McKinley and Kennedy. So I'm not hearing enough notes waving in the air or coins in the jar. Okay, who assassinated what in what year? This is a bit tricky. Let's see how you go. Lincoln?
1863.
Oh, I just heard the name. John Wilkes Booth here. 1865. A fine if you got that wrong. I don't blame you if you can't get Garfield. That's a bit out there. Charles J. Guiteau, I suppose, or Guiteau, 1881. McKinley? Leon, unpronounceable. Cholgots or something like that, I'd say. And finally, if you don't know that, leave the room. Okay, so there should be some fines in that, surely. Right? Okay, true or false? You get the standard of president that you paid them, don't you? So, Hewitt, how much were you paid for last year? Sorry, touchy subject. So, George Washington. Was his salary higher than that of President Obama's? True or false?
True, yeah.
False. We've got a true here. False. True. The answer is true. If you have a look at that table, you see that actually George Washington was paid $673,000 in today's terms, as opposed to Obama, who's $519,000. So, and look at some of the spectacular rises there. Look at the 1909 pay rate there. So if it kept up with inflation, or at least real terms, the current president should be on about $2.5 million. So that might indicate where some of the best minds in America are going. They're not going into politics. Right. Who was the shortest term president of the United States? And a special point, if you can tell me how long. Who was it? Somebody? Harrison?
Yep.
Absolutely. William Henry Harrison, 31 days. So he was sick when he won the election and he died 31 days later. So pretty amazing. So I'm pleased to say that the track record of presidents of the Rotary Club is a bit longer. Yep, 31 days. Good. Who was the longest term president? That should be a fairly easy one. Yeah, and Franklin was there for 12 years and 1 month, and it was following his presidency, he died in office, that they added the 25th Amendment to the US Constitution that all presidents are limited to 2 terms. So there we go. All right, if George Washington was number 1, what number president is Barack Obama in chronological order? 49, 44. Okay, it's 44. So fines if you didn't get that right. As of today, how many former presidents are still alive? Can you name them? Ford. 2 Bushes. Obama. No, Obama's not a former president yet. 4. Carter. George H. Bill Clinton and George W. Okay. Right, so have we had any presidential scandals in the history of the Rotary Club? Anything?
Just wait.
I removed the slide when I saw Joe in the audience. I was going to invite female members of the club to get up and wish Hewitt a happy birthday in Marilyn Monroe style, but thought it would be inappropriate today. So there's been some amazing scandals over the years, but do we know who the most scandalous president of all time? President Ulysses S. Grant. He's actually got, that's the dirty fella there. Look at him, he looks evil, doesn't he? So, he's amazing. He's got a whole Wikipedia entry under Ulysses Grant Presidential Administration Scandals. It's phenomenal, you should see it. Look at the list. He's actually got an entry called Scandal Summary Table. Salary grab, delay no affair, Pratt and Boyd, whiskey ring. Just phenomenal. So there you go. So, yeah. Okay, what are the 3 major qualifying criteria for the presidency? Some people, I had a minor argument with a fellow member earlier in the week, but there is a minimum age at which you can become the president. That's 35 years old. Yeah, absolutely. So, what's the minimum age for prime ministership in New Zealand? There is none. 18, voting age. Yep. Cool. True or false? The United Kingdom has recently created a powerful role with the president label. Anybody here in law or legal affairs? So the Supreme Court of the United Kingdom, a new body, has now the head judge is known as the President of the Supreme Court. So that's a new label for anything British. Right, and finally, I got thinking about 2021. How could we celebrate the club in 2021? America's done a great job at celebrating its finest presidents with Mount Rushmore, and I got thinking that maybe Mount Victoria. And I just thought Hewitt was a natural. But we mustn't forget Lee, of course. So there you go. Thank you very much for that.